30 seconds to battle.
Oh no. Oh no.
Kunkka
Oh, he's blocked by the tiny slightly. He went for first level heal, and that's still gonna be a kill, giving it to Jesse as well. That tip. That was symmetrical. Why are you tipping him? Symmetrical still thinks he's on ITB, guys. Someone tell him. Alright, well...
The battle begins.
Okay, that Nikobaby, that's really... They're just all piling on Stamana, you know, bullying the... This is the hazing, right? Because he's the newest member.
El que tipea el último, tipea mejor.
But honestly, they're also tipping their teammate, right? Is this the new limp, right? Most importantly, what do you think? Do you think they hug him when the game starts, or he stays in his chair? That's what we want to know here. Anyway, I'm curious about how this middle lane will go as well, because there is also the option, which we haven't really observed, that the win condition is more played around the Necro, of just being too tanky to be killed, right? And if he surpasses that, because Tiny's going to get online with the Blink, right? And then Tiny's going to have this insane burst, but that burst is limited because he's an off-laner. So if Neko can beat that hurdle and just out-tank this Tiny plus probably a Ghost Ship combo, there's going to be no way to kill this guy until TB comes online, right? And he's going to be a real nuisance to the TB, especially with the shard. So we haven't really considered that, but maybe the plays that should go around the Necro more so, and play the Desolator Armlet Wraith King, which is going to be the play anyway, and play much more as a tempo carry. Yes. Also, great for farming, by the way. It's not a joke, man. Before, Nekker used to have to do 2 of the... I actually forget his death pulses, right? To kill the wave. Now you use the shard plus death pulse and you kill the whole wave. It speeds up farming like crazy. Can you help me out with that? Is that... Do you say that as a brooch? Is that called brooch? Right, it's spelled brooch, but is that... Do you say brooch like how English people say so as opposed to sue? I don't know, it's not my language, I don't really know. Yes. I'm poor, so I don't own any of those, right? The only jewelry I own is a Dota. Yeah. Yeah, because the heroes are prettier than me. Anyway, Alliance in the bottom lane, especially her, is surprisingly not doing as well as we thought in the beginning. I actually think Autumn Knight's new Hammer of Purity working really well to defend this lane. And J4 is managing to at least give TB enough space so he can go jungle. This is the key, right? Once Moran and Mars come online, it's going to be very difficult for TB to stay in this lane. But if ideally you can hold out long enough, the longer you hold out, you know, the bigger win is for TB. And then eventually you just recover. So it's not that big a deal. Maybe they even hold out till Mars Arena's up, and that would be the absolute win. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, right at that moment where Icefrog decided lanes matter, but they can't matter that much. As symmetrical, and once again, I mean, they're harassing him, but yeah, as you said, no kill potential. They're not really committing. I do love, though, that Bill is holding on to the threat of the Metamorphosis, right? Just in case. Stamana in the top lane, though, in trouble. Level 1 extra tendons. They can still throw the tree, and they will accomplish the skill. Thanks to that Blightstone really buffing up Jesse's damage. Good job, Jesse. 2 kills on the Enchantress already. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's melee. By all intents and purposes, Necro could be melee. I mean, I don't even know if Necro attacks, to be honest. The only thing I see him in teamfight is live forever, right?
Your king thanks you.
Yeah, this lane is favorable to Necro, pretty favorable. I think Ads is doing a decent job of not dying and getting some farm out of this lane, but we obviously need to get a bit more out of it. The question is, what happens once... Because right now Necro's threatening, obviously, the Reaper side. He wants to kick off Ads. But there's also this issue of, if Ads just plays it defensively enough, Necro can't really push the tower. So he kind of plays like Timber right now, where he hopes the creeps do enough, and if a rotation comes in, it's going to be screwed. Chessie, another kill on the Enchanters.
Thanks all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
As famous player from the Ook, of course. That's Aramis. They stopped him here. J4 does have the Heavenly Grace, but that's the only thing you can really use against Aramis. So he just needs to let the Mirana go. But this bottom lane, you know, again, Bill's holding his own. They haven't really pushed that tower too much. We don't have Arena just yet. Nice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
1 point to low shredder, quite high. Because honestly, even though the damage of the skill is less, the minus armor is the same, right? No matter how many points you get. So if you want to just buff up the damage of your other heroes, which in this case Kunkka, yes, really likes this minus armor. Really nice build by Tanner, actually. As Aramis, he came in just to deny the rune. Good job. But Bill's already out of the lane.
Radiant are scanning.
Stick. J4 mid. Yeah, but right now we could be in trouble in the mid lane. That's no, he heals back up completely. This hero is just ridiculous. Not glad that he's back, honestly. Holy Defiance already picked up, so he doesn't die to the Kunkka, but Snapfire was rotating just in case, and if we feels a little bit too cocky, they could punish it. J4. Yes, but we doesn't have the Reaper Scythe, right? He used it earlier on J4, so he can't really get that kill. Bottom lane, by the way, Bill has actually rotated again, and they hit him with the arrow plus the spear, but Bill can kind of hold his own without the arena being available, even utilizes the meta. Mid. We slowing down Ads. Here's the help from Slamanen. But they're committing many more resources here, though, in the mid lane than Alliance is, right? Alliance is putting the resources down bottom instead. Yep. Slamanen is really... I mean, this game is difficult for him because they picked Slamanen ideally to, you know, win the lanes and stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, guys, they have every single hero in their team has burst damage. What do I do? You know, they all ignore my untouchable. That level of nature's attendance feels like it's doing nothing, and he probably feels really bad about it. But I don't think that's even a good point. Like, even if you impetus, you hit them once, and all of a sudden they kill you. So what is that going to accomplish? Not bad. Yeah, but it's the 5. It's okay if J4 dies here, and I think TB took as much space as it could from the bottom lane. And they played that really, really precisely, and now the tower is going to fall eventually. But true.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Go ship mid. They're going for we once again, but that hood is so disgusting. They handle the torrent. There's the minus armor, and that hood is not going to help you against the physical damage, which Ads has aplenty.
Leave your friends to death.
Yes.
The prize is mine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's enough to
Dire's
sustain the
middle
lane, right?
tower
Enough to
is under
get you the
attack.
Blink Dagger. That's essentially the build for Chessie. Just try to get the Blink Dagger. And then once you do, you're going to be useful again. But for now, it's finding utilities a tiny besides killing the Ench is difficult because you just have no way of getting close to the enemy. As top lane, Bill decided to rotate, but maybe a bit early because Nikobaby, a bit more of a lane dominator, is already putting the pressure onto this TB. Nikobaby. Is that a Radiance?
Illusion.
Okay. Oh, they gonna miss the arrow. It's okay. It's not like he was stuck. It's fine. Wait, he's also interesting. Because watching Necropulse die, there's a strange kind of satisfaction from that. Is in a lot of trouble thanks to that Snapfire's build, and he is going to fall. Ghost Ship not even needed. But nobody's gonna blame you, ads, for using that Ghost Ship. Use everything into the Necropulse. Throw the chicken sink and the baby to it.
Dire's
Yes,
middle
yes, all the
tower is
metaphors.
under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't think you.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, not yet. Eventually, hopefully. That's why I also think I'm interested by the Radiance build because, you know, guys, I'm chipping, I'm chipping the Tiny. If you give me like 2 more minutes next to this Tiny, he might take like 20% of his HP and damage.
Then
Nope. Aramis. Nope.
Dire's courier
But Chessie-
has been killed. Radiant's middle tower
that's true.
is under attack.
Actually, look at ITB's players as well. Pretty skinny. Pretty fit.
Radiant
Well, all
structures are fortified.
but doing some investigation behind the scenes like that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
I got
middle
carrot sticks,
tower
hummus.
has been
Yeah.
denied.
Alright, the Mars is gonna not die for now, but there's the toss back to make sure that is not a true statement for too long. And they're gonna try to kill their convert here. William will bring that symmetrical up for now. If the arena gets dropped, in fact, the Reaper side kills off J4 at the immoral region for Wii, and it's gonna be symmetrical finally falling. They see an Enchantress, they think of that as a free kill, as Wii is also in trouble. Still has the Ghost Shot, however, plus a Magic Wand. She's not gonna die quite yet, but the Kunkka nearby, they do have a Torrent available, plus the X mark the spot, but Wii's out of vision, ads trying to get the perfect Tidebringer. Unfortunately, lost the chance to stun him.
Well, they got it.
Monster kill.
Chessie got Aramis though instead, so it's 4 for 4 here. As they also see the opportunity to go for Nikobaby. That's Reincarnation level 1. That's... Oh? Can he get it? There's the reflection on it though, so he's probably going to be cancelled. No! The reflection ended just in time! You see, that's what the character has charged the most. It's a perfect tempo. Yes. Eyes, whatever. And then obviously everyone knows Michael Cera, the best well-known shark. They have a perfect internal clock. That's why he knew exactly when to grab the region. Good job. Yes. You know, the thing about Necro is that if you consider most tanky heroes, right, like Tides or Marses, after you play a lot of Dota, which obviously all of these players are in that position, you kind of understand when you can burst and when you can't, right, with certain lineups. You gotta get a feel for it. But because Necro has all this healing, and there's all these conditional healing that might be high or not, you know, it depends on when he uses Ghost Shot, there's all these things he can do. It's so much more difficult to read when you actually have enough damage to kill a Necro, unless it's an overwhelming amount of damage, right? And anyone who says otherwise is lying.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Healing shot.
Oh.
I guess they took it first.
Was that some sort of
Dire are
misguided
scanning.
tribute?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So we found the answer to an age-old internet question. If you have a shotgun against a wild hog, not gonna win, actually. The wild hog apparently turns into a Wraith King and kills you. Right. Yeah, the shark, right? Yep. Yeah, Symmetrical taking the unsafe farm there because they had a ward nearby, so you felt a little bit safer than usual. I think it was a bit too far in though, because ITB has just a really good. They just have a really good ganking squad, right? Like they're gonna look for anyone that is alone, because even if the enemy team is nearby, if they're not immediately in the vicinity, they can just burst them down, right? Without committing too much because of the nature of a tiny and Kunkka. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna find Wei again. Toss back? Toss back? No. I don't think Tana was in range, actually. I think a tossback is the only way you actually can deal with a hero that's this tanky, like Nikobaby, eventually, right? I think right now you're still within burst range, but eventually the tossback is the best way to deal with him. Yes. Yep. Utilizing these timings well, right? Like right now, they don't even care about any items they're picking up. It's just like, we have Blink Dagger on Tiny, let's keep putting the pressure. Let's keep getting kills here. On Alliance's side, though, they've done a really good job of securing Nikobaby's farm, and his Radiance is not too far off just yet. Let's try to see if Chessie wants to die. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah. Let's see, but Ads has a BKB, so it's too difficult to kill. ITB going from low to high ground, not the best initiation. They don't have vision just yet because of the smoke saving symmetrical.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now they take over the enemy jungle for ITB. Should be kind of easy to defend because I think you're still in the lead. Just based on your lineup. However, Symmetrical disagrees. He goes for an arena, misses the spear, and Symmetrical might get punished for this. Indeed, they were waiting for him, and they punished that all right.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Shadows take us. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Gotcha!
Yeah.
Secondary infection.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And then we'll see the impact of this Radiance. I think the Radiance is because they think we will deal with the tanky heroes anyway, right? So this minus armor build that's very common. If there's a later armlet, it's not like it's just not as impactful against Terrorblade, which fair enough. And so you go for a bit of mixed damage with the Radiance, in addition to the ability to scale a bit better, because obviously this gives you much more farming power, and ideally you can always match the TV's farm. Hopefully you can match him like minute 30 or so and still go 1-1 against them. Yes.
Sprites are with us.
Oh. Wait. Yeah, okay, he has the healing, he gets it off. It's fine. ITV's like, we tried against Necro, we failed, retreat! Guardian Angel's used, and J4 will just tank the gank here. As the rest of ITV need to find safety.
Dire's top tower.
You see what I mean, though? You try your luck against the Necro, right? And you go and say, do we have enough damage? We don't. Retreat immediately because they're going to counter-initiate us now. Yeah. Sure. is that the Wraith build? No, the TB. Oh, I Scotty for the TBR. They found the Slamani? Okay, alright. I mean, Zaya Scotty is the turning point usually in the Wraith King versus TB matchup, right? Because then he can't get close to you. Radiance does help you in that, by the way. As there's the arena, really good arena. They catch the TB, but they're going for J4 first. He can still save the TB. Nikobaby trying for the easier objective that they just leave symmetrical to die. But Jesse looking at the objective. Reaper Scythe used. Jesse not dead just yet, but soon enough he will fall. As Nikobaby slowed down and killed. And sets up the Torrent. Nikobaby, no big AB just yet, which means he's at the mercy unless an arrow from behind. Aramis turns this around. He does have the Sunder though, and Bill is capable of turning the team fight around one last time to secure the kill onto the enemy cores. Aramis is now forced to retreat, but he's used all the leap charges now. The X will send him to his death. Alliance loses everyone there, as the Enchantress did have to buy back in the beginning.
Hunting bounties.
It's just
It was good though.
Isn't it, bro?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Looking at it with you now. That was a hype arrow, to be honest.
Bounty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Symmetrical. I think this Mars is dead. Once again, his solo pushing the bottom lane. The X mark the spot. They bring the Mars back. And maybe it should be time for Alliance to start doing these plays on the Mirana, because I feel like you just have too much burst on ITB. They just kill. I understand why he's doing this, right? Out of the 3 cores, definitely he's the one that can cut lanes best or go for the most dangerous farm for sure. And he's tanky enough that in a normal game you can survive these ganks. But with a tiny Kunkka available and how spread out they're playing constantly in ITB, I think it's time for Mirana to take this role up instead of the Mars.
Perhaps a bit rash.
Very well. I accept your surrender.
Yeah, so in that last fight, by the way, I wanted to mention before we moved on to that kill, that you're completely right. You found the big item, and Alliance lost that, and I don't think you can rely on a miracle arrow like that happened to win these fights, right? So they need to find either the proposition by Mars was not the best, and maybe you propose a better arena, which could be the case because he did arena kind of solo without anyone nearby in position. Even though it was a good arena, there was nobody to follow up, right? Or alternatively, you need to wait longer for the next item to come by. I don't know if that's the best idea against a Terrorblade, but that team fight did not look good in terms of the Wraith King versus TB matchup. Yes, yes. No, it does both. No? Yeah, it does both. They just reduced the blind effect, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, it was 17% before, so I think, I think overall, multiplicatively, I am not a math major, so I don't know, but I think it's better. I think it's better for you individually, but I do agree that, I mean, I know this item is just kind of crap
Dire's
right now.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Right. Radiance into Nullifier, the build.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There was a classic build played in Tier 2 for forever, which was Radiance into Lose, right? So that's
Radiant's
now
top
instead of
tower
Radiance into
is
Lose, you're
full.
Radiance into Divine Rapier into Lose, right?
Purified.
That's true. Well, sometimes they won those
Dire's
games for a
middle
while,
tower
actually, which was
is under
disgusting.
attack.
Bill, good reflection. Oh, they cut the Snapfire, though. Tanner. Not in the high ground, so they're going to punish him for that. Immediate buyback. Tanner. That's a good arena as well. They can't J4. There's no Guardian Angel available, and this could be a good fight for Alliance. if they can just deal this TP though, dealing with Mars immediately. Bulwark is not going to save him. Enchantress, the next objective. And Alliance is spreading out. They don't want to fight this head on, but Nikobaby's being kind of forced to. They just completely control him. Nikobaby will lose his first life. Where's the rest of Alliance? How can they help him? The cooking misses Nikobaby, trying to outrun the enemy team, and he's succeeding for now because the team is forced to retreat as the Necro is on the run, trying to catch up to him. There's a Thunder used to make sure there's no Reaper sight. They do spear him though, armed to the trees, and now can Necro finish him off? They do get him with the Yols. There's a chance. They hit him with the arrow. Where's the Reapers? They gotta get it off, and now the TP is going to die to the Reaper side with the extra ethereal. That's gonna deal all the damage they needed. Bill is down. Chessie also falls. Alliance somewhat doing it. They did lose their carry in the process, but the true carry, shines through. Is it? Oh, right, because of the buy, but... Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a full wipe. Yeah. No, it's a full wipe for ITB. No, yeah, I mean, he died in the beginning, though. J4 died in the arena, remember? Yeah. So it's like a two-part wipe per se. That was a really good fight by Alliance, actually. I actually love what Nikobaby's doing, to be honest. Like, I was doubtful of the build, but he's doing what has to be done, which is engage in the TV, forcing his attention elsewhere, right? Well, the Necro's going to be the real killer in the TV, and then going for the supports instead, which you can obviously kill. And it doesn't matter if he's Scotty, because the Radiant Spurn still hits the supports, it still annoys whatever is around, it stops the Blink Dagger on Tiny. It's almost like he's playing an offlane Wraith King to a degree. Like, you're there to tank and cancel initiations. It's good, honestly. I mean, it's a build that I wasn't expecting for this game, but I think it's a nice proposition by him. Yeah, that's what it does. No.
Double damage.
We just got Ags on Wii though, which is a big deal. Especially for all the tanky heroes on the enemy team. The arrow will hit Roche. Thank you for helping us out. But Alliance have the option to initiate, and they will immediately. Nice Scatter Blast actually take a step off for a second. The agent is going to go all the way of TB in the arena, though. Does travel few of them in. However, the Wraith King dies in the middle of the arena and changes the first target for Fake Gamer. He decides to divert his attention elsewhere, as Tanner is dying behind him. Nikobaby is forced back to the BKB. That's a huge amount of damage from the Tidebringer. They leave Symmetrical behind to die. And Chessie has different plans, though. He wants to kill Wii as well. Reaper Scythe? No, they save them! J4! Last second heals, making sure that Reapers is not as impactful as we wanted it to be. And we will have to pay the price for this unless the Ghost Shroud, the healing, Chessie in trouble. Last hit from the Impetus, a little bit more. Stomach is doing it. And they do finish off Chessie. And the Aegis gets dropped. We, once again, this Necroforce not dying. They managed to finish off ads, and now Bill is forced to TP. They have any way to cancel it? They do. The Wraithfire Blast will guarantee this fight here for Alliance. What a fight, Alliance. Just we.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. That was really good, honestly. We survival towards the end. The last second Yules as well was on point. Again, I do want to commend Nikobaby for how he's playing these fights as well. There might be a point to be made that Bill should have concentrated on Enchantress first in the beginning of the fight. Like, what are you going to accomplish even if she dies, right? I hyped up the Impetus, but it really barely killed the Tiny. I think maybe you're better off attacking the Wraith King. However, that's that small issue. I just think it's Alliance playing these team fights really, really well and playing around their timings impressively.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Yeah. Oh, Chessie.
Justice.
Oh.
Double kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
win. I mean, right now you're still in the moment where technically Wraith King does beat the TB with the usual build. He's actually 5k above. This is definitely the effect of the Radiance. In addition to the team fights, right? The Radiance keeps him level with TB, and then you winning team fights allows you to be 5k above, which at this point kind of destabilizes what we always talk about, the core-to-core matchup between these two heroes. Because if you have more gold, then who cares, right? Any hero can beat any hero with more gold. Nope. Yep. Yeah. I do wonder what... I would love to hear the team comms, particularly for Wii, because most of the time, I just feel like Wii is running forward and going, Reapers, 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 and just repeating that a million times as he goes to whatever hero he thinks is going to die. His impact in these fights has been amazing, and mostly it's just how they're proposing these fights. They're making them super chaotic. Symmetrical is playing a really weird role, which... to the untrained eye, seems like he's just feeding. But honestly, he is actually sacrificing himself in the beginning of the fights, utilizing the few amount of team fight that he has to force all these big ultimates from ITB. And then as the team fight scatters and everyone is just running around, all of a sudden the strength of the Radiance and the Necroforce come into play. It's so much harder to burst them down. There's no coordination in ITB because Symmetrical broke it. So again, I actually really like what all of them are doing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yep. Oh, what a use!
Radiant's
What a use! Jesse's forced to BKB earlier than he expected, and now we can re-engage the fight without kisses, unless Nikobaby just wants to fight this. Going for Kunkka, that's the second BKB forced out. Again, Nikobaby has 2 lives, and BKB, he's more than fine. He keeps hitting Jesse. They still have meta though, they haven't committed that. And the Lions utilize this time to reset and go for the rack skin. With the catapult now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The zoomies, yeah, and the TikToks, that's what everyone says, right? Yeah. With Hearthstone is what all zoomies playing, of course. Yep. Nikobaby just gonna get healed a little by Stomanen. Stomanen timing is surprisingly used this game, honestly, both of the damage and the healing. X marks up for Nico. Send him back. TV trying really hard to get Nico his first life without losing the Metamorphosis. Guardian Angel will save him from a surefire death here with a Reapers. And Jesse has been saving the Guardian Angel. They actually saw their Wii though. Wii could be in trouble himself. They're in the arena, however, but Bill is ready to fight this. Going for Wii first. That's the target. Typing a lot of damage. Bill still hasn't taken any, but he gets stunned. And now Bill could be in trouble himself. They kill J4. No more save for Bill. And everyone at TV is forced to retreat. Symmetrical forced to tank these hits. The Torrent sends him to a surefire death. ITB will only get the kill on the offlaner, but they do defend the racks as a result. Despite Stomanen's best efforts to bring it down.
Don't run off.
Yep. Yes. Oof. Okay. Okay, so they leave. I just want to point out since they're leaving and there's no meaningful analysis here to make. Stomanen's plays this whole game have been so adorable, and the fact that he's having the smallest impact is incredible. I feel like this hero, this game was so countered, and every small thing he does is just an impressive feat. It's like watching David and Goliath over and over again, except that David usually doesn't win in Dota. Also, great build for utility, by the way. The 4-staff in Solar Crest is a great way to make use of the Enchantress, and the Hood is the greatest thing to tank ganks, so kudos to Stomanen. Yes. Oh,
Dire
Nico?
are scanning.
Shark. Shark. Oh, the arrow hit something. But the Heavenly Grace saves him. In the spell of dust, though, so Courier has to die. Oh, wow! That's huge! Okay. I don't think they checked the Courier in time, so they might not realize.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right, because he's a hammerhead shark, so you can see it 2 directions at once, right? Like horses. Only 2 animals that can do it. He has his own AC, by the way, which is going to be actually much more impactful than we imagined. Nikobaby is just going to walk up the high ground. J4 is like, I think there's something here. He sentry. Nikobaby is soloing their team. Nope, here's symmetrical. The arena is going to be against BKB. He's not too great. The team fight's being spread, and they're going for Wee first. They want to destroy Wee. They have a nullifier this time, so Wee can't use his Ghost Shroud effectively. There he goes. Waits for nullifier to end. Uses Ghost Shroud. Heals back up. Wee for now, staying alive. You'll sit on top of that. Symmetrical trying to tank the hits, but Wee is in trouble, and finally he'll die. But in exchange for the TP, the last second Reaper Scythe. We will not die in vain. Nikobaby's still alive. Chana, he's going for Jesse. Chana, Jesse tries to run away, but he can't. The TP's not good enough. Nikobaby will bite off Jesse's head, and that's going to be 2 cores dead. Yeah. That was so forced. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Solid point. You're completely right. That's entirely the division of the fight that they did there, and also trusting that ITB would make the right play, right? And they would ignore Nikobaby, actually crush them. I mean, that was the right play. They couldn't play this any other way, but by dividing their efforts, like you said, and Tanner being stuck on either side, there was no way they were killing Wee. At least without him getting a Reaper Scythe off, which is exactly what he did.
I must have them all.
JJ,
What a bounty.
we need you. Please. Look, he does the same play again. I mean, this is giving me very much Toronto Tokyo vibes right now. If I can be honest with you, it is exactly how the guy plays. Yep, it does. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, wait, isn't this like only 3 seconds? Oh no, massive nerf to Wraith King. I think that X... Yeah. It's okay, they got Tanner. They got Tanner. They're actually setting up the fight regardless. They dusted the Kunkka as well. Nikobaby. Fire blast. Missed the spear, don't worry, my stun is targeted. We're good. Oh, the Yules was Aaron's.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Oh, Jesse actually hit the BKB this time. He's learned from the Yules play. Ooh. So that sucks so much, right? Because the Yules play, which by the way was Aramis, thank you chat for correcting us, not we. The Yules play earlier put the fear in Jesse, and now if he doesn't do that, he knows he's gonna get Yulesed up, but now he's just wasted BKB. There's just like, you know, catch-22 situation.
Middle tower is
Damn that you do, damn that you don't. Oh, spear.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Odd.
Healing shock.
Here, kitty. Don't run.
Yeah, ITB has been kind of broken a little bit. They don't really know how to propose these team fights any longer because, again, that has a lot to do with it, but also the failed team fights before where they get good initiations. It's not that they're making mistakes, it's just that Alliance knows exactly how to deal with what ITB wants to propose.
Invisibility.
Yes. Which, I mean, it's creative in the way that they're dividing the fight by doing that, right? It's true. that arena by Symmetrical kind of won the fight. Otherwise, that fight would have been lost, honestly. It blocked TB for long enough to then do enough damage to the supports and everything, and then afterwards they gave the Reaper from TB. On point Symmetrical with that arena. And finally, as I said, the BKB allowed him to be a bit more versatile with his initiations. And he knows, he's just been playing Sacrificial the whole time. It's not the big arena, I spear someone to the wall and kill them, but that's not the only use for the arena. Nope.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Okay.
Radiant's top
Okay, that's it.
barracks has fallen. The Dire
Now the question is, does ITB still believe in themselves? I see that they do. He's tipping.
I could have my eyes closed.
I like that. And they have a good anti-megas lineup on ITB, right? Kunkka with a Tidebringer, Tiny with a 3. It's not a bad lineup to defend against megas. That said, you're still up against megas, so that's a problem. Ags, who took the Ags?
Immortality.
Why are they giving it to? Oh. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, Sean. I saw Nikobaby buying the Ags. Right. No, Nikobaby got the Ags right now, but he got the blessings. I got confused for a second. So Nikobaby now has Ags as well, and we do have the Shard, which I saw, I think, on Necro. He knows no fear. Nope. They are doing the talkback plays. Yeah, he still has Reincarnation anyway, and also the Axe, by the way. They try to deal as much damage as possible to Nikobaby first. They decide maybe Mars is an easier kill, but he has to use the BKB. They're not committing the meta just yet, by the way. Bill's really holding on to it. There's the meta plus the Nullifier. Going track on the spell. Did he kill the Necro in time? He has the Reaper Sight. Once again, he initiates again. He's still alive, and we will not die. There's going to be his first life, but Bill gets the Sunder off. And that's going to save Bill for once this fight. They actually forced Nikobaby away. The Chivas is just trying to gain some space, and this Reaper Sight, the second one, is going to be successful. TP is down, but at least they do kill 2 cores in exchange. Only Nikobaby survives this. Will Lions still play this aggressively, despite them being 2 down?
Yes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Where are you going?
Finally, I'm free of my mortal form. Look at him go. Okay, he died. No, it has a maximum range now, so it's not that big a deal. I actually think the play for Stomanen is to die now. Now that I've seen him in his evolution, I think it's to die. He deals so much damage to the supports for that. Oh, thank you. So hype. Yep. Yeah, it was very good arena, honestly. But I know people had doubts about ITB's performance against last season a bit, and this might not be the best start to them, but I do think they're playing against a team that's playing really well. So there's that to be said. I don't think they should be ashamed of their performance against an Alliance who, again, discovered the issues in ITB's draft and just exploited them in both games. I think last game, it was a little bit easier, to be honest, but I think this game is just Alliance figuring something out that even ITB could not see. Yep. Yep, a difficult situation. I like that they're deviating Kunkka into this, well, secondary carry. His Tidebringer has been really impactful in the team fights, mostly. Right team only has the AC to give him a bit of armor. Not the biggest agi game. It's good abuse, but it does suck that now the Kunkka has to fulfill 2 roles of the team fight and also do damage. Not because TB's playing a bad game, because TB is now on necro killing duty. The moment he got Nullifier, it's just him committing to I need to murder Wii in the beginning of the fight. Yeah. It's because there's nobody else that deals this kind of constant sustained damage that Necrophos suffers against, right? Kunkka is all about like one-hit wonders, so is the Tiny. So once you use all your spells, Necro's like, I just heal back up. This is what I was telling you in the beginning, right? The Necrophos has to reach a threshold, and once he surpasses that threshold, which is your burst damage, he is no longer afraid of you whatsoever. And the sustained damage needs to make up for that, and it's much harder to play that way. Hence the Nullifier and Scotty pickups for Fake Gamer. Not bad items, by the way. I mean, the Scotty was good anyway, but the idea here is TP is their solution to Necro.
What a bounty!
Plus a cheat. Alright, I want to see the percentages. Dota Plus should be more like Kyle, right? Like, you should say the percentages in the beginning of the match, not at the end of the match. It's like, oh, guys, I think the team with Megas is going to win. Oh, thank you, Dota Plus. I would have never guessed that. Say in the beginning, you know, say Alliance is a 90% win rate when the best of 3 starts. That would be impressive.
Wait up.
Dire's turret.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Oh, okay. Tanner also very crucial in these team fights, as you've mentioned a couple of times before. I think they've kind of understood that, and they're going very heavily onto Tanner at the beginning of the fight. Hence Nikobaby's face-checking initiation.
Arcane power.
POV or rating, you think you can actually die?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I've never witnessed death. Okay, they forced the BKB from him. No BKB yet from Jesse. There's the BKB now with the Heavenly Grace. Good arena once again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
When did that used? No, Metamorphosis, you mean. Yeah, that's true. The real ultimate, let's be honest. Yeah, without meta, I don't know how you're gonna fight this, and now Alliance just needs to wait it out. Quick. How many items can you sell, build, to get a refresher? Is it possible? No, it's not.
It's just Necro.
Love you.
Sea mejor.
So do you... Okay, so sell one of your items, buy shards, so at least your melee form has some sort of utility. I'm just saying because you're very desperate right now. Like, I don't think you have another fight if you lose this one. I think in these moments, what Bill should be thinking is, what would Eternal Envy do?
Come on, sprites.
I like that as well.
Wait up.
Oh, right, that's very true, actually. We'll force the BKB. There's a toss back with the X-Stone. Not the combination they were looking for. Nikobaby will be sent back. Jesse instead fighting the Mars head on. There's the Ghost Ship fleet, as you mentioned. Plus, he used that shard effectively, and that's the first super scythe kind of wasted. In fact, we could be in trouble. They busted it down. Okay, good job. Oh, that's without meta as well. Aramis actually fights back, wants to get back into this game. As maybe we does the same thing. Yes, he does. But they're holding.
Structures are fortified.
Oh, okay, that's a nuisance for Kunkka. It lives to prevent the Tidebringer cleave to clear the creeps. Stamanin is the older one. Oh, Kunkka in trouble. He's gonna die. Okay, Ads is down. That's Rapier on the floor. But DB can still do it here. He's not too late for Nikobaby to deal with. Ads actually bought back. He got this Rapier back. Nikobaby is down. Okay, Sunder has been used as well by Bill, so he's not going to die either. At least for now, the 3% still available. They just need more healing. They don't have enough. That's going to be Bill down. We still have a Rapier Kunkka to deal with. He might be the threat. He has to clear the creeps. He deals half of the Necro's HP right now. The Ghost Ship misses because of the Yule Scepter. And Wee is going to be able to live for now. The Terrorblade brings him back. Wee. Okay, force the BKB off the Kunkka. And ITB holding out the dear life right now. There's the stab, push him forward. Tiny joins as well. Wee second life, it could be has no final, but Nikobaby's back as well. And without a TP, you don't have that sustained damage. As needs to go for the Tidebringer, but that's the GG. And despite a valiant effort It's gonna go the way of Alliance. Best of 3 goes 2-0 for them, as ITB drops the first game of the lower